Hello everyone. Hopefully I am live in the right place. I will just take a look to make sure that it is where I want it to be. And it appears as though I am. All right. How is everyone? Oh, gave you guys a funky view there for a second. So the zoom in trick does not work. I gave you guys a view of my forehead. How is everybody? I made it on time today. Hi, Ramona. How are you doing? Did anybody guess that I was going to use the Robot Buddies? Hi, Linda. Card kit. So I will give you guys a second just to join me here. And then I'm going to show you guys what's in this really cute kit. It's beautiful out in Saskatchewan today. That's good. I tried 2, but there's 3 work. As in you have to put 3 fingers on the screen at once and then it would zoom in. Is that the trick? And if that works, let me know if there's a way to unzoom during a live. I've never tried it, and I just did the double tap while it looked like I was still here on my own, and that's what flipped the screen. So it's kind of embarrassing. Give you guys a big view of my forehead. One day I'll get things worked out so that I can actually have 2 screens and join you guys where I can show my face. Apparently tap again with 3. Okay, I think I'll test it out. We do actually have a little test group, so I'm gonna have to try it out in there. Too funny. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I am going to show you guys how to make this alternate Robot Buddies card. So I have the kit here. I'll show you guys that first because I think it is very adorable. This is what I was waiting on to arrive last week when I planned on doing one of this style of card. We've been playing a teammate challenge with our team this past month, and one of my teammates had done these cards with window sheets, and so I thought I would use her idea and then use it with the Robot Buddies, but it didn't come in time. So it finally arrived and I decided I would use that. So I'm going to show you guys everything that's inside here. Do you guys all want to see? Have any of you purchased this kit? Do you know what's all inside here? Okay, all my dimensionals, those don't come in there. You do get a sheet of them in there, but I never like to use the adhesives that come in a kit. I don't know why. So I usually just use my own and sub them out. So I'll turn this sideways so we have a little bit more light in there. Hi, Patty. How are you? And hello, everybody else that's here. So you get this really cute stamp set. I'm going to just use the inside of the card so you guys can see what all comes in that stamp set. You get the cute little robot pieces. I'm hoping to do another project with this and actually use the robot stamps. I went with the stickers for this project, the stickers that come in the kit, but it's got these cute little gears, let's be friends, happy birthday, and then 2 different bodies and 2 different heads and a little bow tie. It's super cute. So that comes in there. You get these, may as well keep the inside of this. I'm doing well, Patty. These cute little googly eyes in the different colors of the elements of the kit. Patty, you've got some grandsons. I don't know whether they're into robots or not, but I just think that this, and not that it has to be for boys, it can be for anyone, but yeah. So then we have these cute speech bubbles. They come in navy, Bermuda Bay, and pumpkin pie. This is the insert that comes with it to show you the 3 different card styles. I really like this one. I think it's cute, and you can see that that was my favorite because that's the one where I used the stickers from. So just put that aside. You get these white layers. I trimmed one down because I was going to use it on the inside of here, and then I decided to use the envelope liner instead, to use that patterned gear liner from the inside of my envelope. So I switched that out after I already cut it down, but you get those in there. You get these envelopes. So you can see here I used the one to trim down for the inside. So you get these cute envelopes. I very rarely use the pattern envelopes as envelopes. I mostly use them to cut them up and use them as pattern paper. You get 2 sheets of these really cute stickers. So they're like a cardstock weight sticker. And I'll show you guys how I used them and popped them up on dimensionals there. You also get at least 2, I think it's 3 different styles of card bases. So you get this one here with the grass and the clouds. That's adorable. I almost put clouds on here and then I switched it out for the speech bubble and some of the gears or the cogs, whatever you want to call them. This card base has all those gears or cogs. I'm hoping that you guys can see it. They're like a balmy blue. See that a little bit better that way. So that is the second card base. And then this beautiful Bermuda Bay striped one. So I'm going to use this one today. And then I'll just make sure or whether I gathered everything in here or not. So you also get a block, 2 ink spots. So if you wanted a gift to give somebody, they would end up with the adhesives, the block, and the ink spots that they could fully complete this project. So this is one of the all-inclusive card kits, and it is actually available again. So I know there was a period of time it had sold out, but it is available again. If anyone is interested in this one, I should have looked up the price, but the product number is 159336. It comes in this box, so you can just give it as is. It does come with a shrink wrap around it and this number on it. So I often just cut this off the shrink wrap and then I pop it inside the kit so that if I need that product number, I have it handy. I should quickly check if it's also printed on the insert. The insert will give the recipient, if you were giving it as a gift, the instructions, and then there's a ruler down the side here. I don't see a product number on here, so I usually just cut that little label off and toss it in the kit and save it there. All right, so I'll get started and then I can always recap the promotions that I have going on this week for you guys. Okay, everyone ready? Hi, Lena. How are you doing? It sounds like you have a busy night ahead of you. That will be nice to be able to get together with people, won't it? Okay, so I'm going to begin with my card base. This is your 5.5 by 8.5. I cut it so that I still had an inch on the front. So I have the full back. Often I will trim the back off if it's patterned, just so that you're not wasting all that pretty pattern paper. But this time I decided to just keep that. But I'm going to cut off at 1 inch along the front. So to do that, I'll just take my score line here and I'll line that up at the 1 inch mark, which is right here. So it's kind of hard for you guys to see it, but my score line is right there along the 1 inch mark. And I just need to make sure that's actually within the guide. So I'll cut that off there. And then here I need another inch, but I actually need to back it off the inch mark by about a 1/16. Because it's going to sit on the inside of the fold, if I cut it at a full inch, it will creep past where the inch mark is here. That's okay for this card because I did add a border in here, but if I wasn't putting the border in, which I started off without a border actually, you would need to back the liner element off by just a little bit to accommodate for that fold. So now I have this left over. I can do other things with that one. So I'll save that in my box. Those are always good for something. So I have the base and then I have this layer. I also pre-die cut a border strip out of Granny Apple Green. This is with the border strip from Tropical Layers. I love that border strip and I felt like the pointy borders kind of worked better with the robots than maybe a scallop, but a scallop would be fine too if that's what you have. I also used our window sheets. They're a nice thick like cardstock weight. So I textured that let me know if you guys can see that. You can probably see it on my sample here a little bit better because it's got the actual card layer behind it, or the card base. So I textured this with the 3D Hive folder from the January to June catalog. I thought that as opposed to hives, it could kind of pass for screw heads. So that was what I was going for with that look there. And then I brought in, I only need one of these, but I cut two just in case I goof this up. I'm going to add an extra element to the one on the card here. So I have a stitched rectangle in white, and then I cut a Night of Navy one to tie in with the elements in the stickers. So I cut one of those just slightly bigger. And then I also cut a second one for the inside. So that way I'm sandwiching this window sheet in between two layers, and it gives it a little bit more stability. I will also cut a piece of my envelope liner to go on the inside here, but I initially had just the envelope liner. That envelope liner is so flimsy that I chose to do a second Night of Navy. So it will sandwich the window sheet between those. So those are the elements I have, and then the rest here is the stickers from the set. I've used the stickers on the inside, and then I've also used the stickers on the outside. I don't often use stickers. How about you guys? Let me know if you are a fan of stickers. When I purchase stuff that isn't Stampin' Up, which in recent years is not a lot, I'm always a sucker for these things, so I was actually pretty excited to see these in here. Okay, so I will get the elements for the inside ready first. This one here, I'll give you guys the measurement, should be 3 inches. 3 inches by, I want to say 4 3/8. 4 3/8, so I'll cut that first. And I will end up needing my other cutter, but you can see here I just took the envelope and just gently peeled this back. I used the top half for this one here, and then now I've got the rest of the body of the envelope to cut one for my second card. So I will just, I don't want to fold this. If there's an area where I can use this without having that crease in it, that's going to be my preference. So I'm going to try to just cut in from here and conserve all of that as much as I can. I actually need to just bring in my larger cutter because it won't fit under the blade guide on the other one. So I am going to go in, I'm going to cut off this flap. Do you guys ever cut apart your envelopes and use them for other purposes? Tell me I'm not the only one. I love what they put on the inside of these envelopes. Okay, so now with this edge here, I'm actually going to flip this over. Isn't this side cute too? And I'm going to cut this at 3. Just make sure that's straight. And then I want to, I'm going to cut off this torn section here. I ripped a little bit. I wasn't as gentle as I should have been when I was taking that flap off. And then I'm going to cut this at 4 3/8. Okay, so now I've got this section here that I can use. So you can still save all of this for other projects. And then you've got this cute, I didn't do a straight edge there. This one needs a little bit more, it's a little crooked. There. I'll just check the comments. So how about it? Do you guys use your envelope liners as DSP? Let me know what you guys do. Okay, so that's going to go on the inside. I'm going to just make sure that this is going to line up okay inside there. There we go. Hi, Ashley. And Heather and Brenda. So Brenda, tell me if you go by Brenda or Kelly. Let me know. Okay, so here is our sample. I should have enough elements on the sheet that I started with to do these two guys here, but that's the complete sheet. If you were to purchase this, you get 2 of these in the package. So I know that I need this robot here. You do use them as well. I am always cutting things apart and using them for other things. So I need this one here. I'm going to put that face down. And then I need the head. That's also going to go face down. And then I need this one, face down. I need the head again, and that's going to go face down. The rest I'll put aside for now. I will need this guy here for the inside, but I don't need that just yet. So I was saying that I raise those guys up so that they're actually on dimensionals, but when they're stickers, you need to take away the stickiness of the sticker first. So I just take my old embossing buddy. If you don't have one of these, then you can use baby powder. I guess not baby powder, that's not really, I think it's got some bad ingredients in it, but something similar, maybe even flour. Or there's a different device that you can buy at craft stores that has something similar in it that is like an embossing buddy. So you just want to take it and pat it all over the sticker. And I just patted enough that, I don't know if you saw that little cloud there, enough of the powder sits on there. You can kind of see extra little puffs of that coming out. And then I'll show you guys, just kind of pounce on it. You can see a little bit of powder on my desk. So this is going to take away that stickiness from there. Starch in a tube sock. So then just rub your finger over there. This coats all of the stickiness. So now this isn't sticky anymore. It is now just like cardstock. So then you can turn this into, or you can put your dimensionals on it, and then that way you can pop it up. You can also just use them just like stickers if you want to. I just wanted to be able to raise them, and I also wanted to show you guys how you can do this. So those ones are now just like cardstock. Ramona and Lena, you guys might remember from way back in the beginning years of my being a demonstrator, sorry, that we used to sell scrapbook kits, and they would have coordinating 12 by 12 paper. It was always textured, which I loved, and so pattern paper, cardstock, and then sticker sheets. So when we ran Scrapbook Club, we would do this all the time. We would take our embossing buddy out and pat over the stickers to turn them into just like cardstock. You remember those? I still have some of those. I'm sure that's no surprise. So these guys are ready to go. I'll be able to attach those on there. And then this one I don't need just yet. I'll take it off of the backing when I'm ready to do the inside of the card, because I actually didn't pop those ones up because they're on the inside of the card. I actually removed the stickiness first, and then I was like, oh wait, what am I doing? So you can see his arms are a little bit loose, but he will go down just as a sticker. So I'm not going to do that one just yet, but I do need to do the greeting. So I have a sheet of these. I'm going to just take this out like that. You get 2 sheets of these. They're not stickers, they are cardstock weight. So I'm just going to use the stamp from the set. I chose the Let's Be Friends because it fit well in this shape, and I liked the color of this speech bubble with these guys here. I didn't want to use the navy, so I went with the orange one just to pull in a different color. You can see my ink pad is covered in powder. So I'm using Night of Navy ink. And I'll just stamp this while it's still in the backing here. I love that you can see polymer right through there. So that's all good to go. And I can just pop this out of here. There we go. So now we've got all these little elements for the front ready, and that's all of the stamping that I'm doing on this one. What do you guys think of the kits? Do you guys like these all-inclusive kits? I love them. Sometimes I love making what they are, and other times I just love altering them. So you never know what you'll get when I buy one of these kits. I'm going to just move all these elements over so I can keep this over here. Now remember, I cut this off so that I had 1 inch beyond the score line. I am going to just burnish that fold. Whoops. Drop my dimensionals while I'm at it. There we go. And I just have some skinny tape here. I don't know how I let myself run out of so many adhesives. I had to order a bunch the other day. Hopefully they come quickly. I expedited that order. That's no surprise to anyone, I'm sure. So I've got some tape there. And I will just now tape that down to this Granny Apple Green border. What do you guys think of the in colors if you have seen them? I have posted them on my Stamp Club page. I will have to share them with you guys. We haven't seen the last of the 5 just yet, but we have seen 4 of them. So it'll be a surprise as to what the 5th one is. I just trimmed the little bit off there that was extra. Okay, so we've got that Granny Apple Green border. I need to talk to Laura and Nemi. I'm not sure what we are doing about In Color Club. The last couple of years we've ran one together. I know for sure I'll have one in some capacity, so if that is of interest to you guys, you'll have to let me know. We will get that going for May so that we can take advantage of it as soon as the catalog goes live, and then we run it for the 5 months. So each month you get a new color so that you can build your color collection over time. So I'm excited to get into that and to see what's in the new catalog that we might decide to use right away with it. We usually feature a particular stamp set and people can take the stamp set or not, but yeah. Let me know if that's something you guys want more information on once we get it all sorted out. So now to attach this to the window sheet, here's how I did this. I am going to run another piece of tape along there, and then I'm also going to put one on one side of my window sheet. So this piece of tape is on just the edge of the front flap, and this piece of tape is on the front of my window sheet. So now I will line this edge of my window sheet up with the edge of the card. So this way, just want to make sure it's lined up on these 3 sides. Then I can take my backing off here and my backing off here, and I'm holding this down so that it's all lined up on these 3 sides, and then I can just close this. And now that will be attached to it, and the window sheet will be lined up with my card base. Then I can take this piece here and I will line it on the inside here, and that will hide all of the tape that's on the inside of this window sheet. So the window sheet is the reason why I have lined all of the inside of the front, is so that we can hide all of this adhesive. So I'm just going to put another piece of tape right over top of where the other ones were. And then I'll take, just make sure those are burnished down to that window sheet. And then I can take this here, and I am not lining it up right to the fold. I want to put it just to the other side of that fold. You can see that crease line there. I'm going to set it just on the other side of it so that it doesn't make it awkward to fold the card. There we go. So it's practically lined up straight to it, but just enough room so that it doesn't interfere with the crease there. Got the little inside of a flower there. Okay, so that's how you can build the card base, with that window sheet layer and then I embossed this one. You can also do this without embossing that layer, but I decided to give it some extra texture and run it through the embossing machine. Okay, so now these are going to go on the inside. I'll keep these just set aside for now. These ones are going to go on the front, and I want to do a little bit of inking on this. Do you guys ever find that when you pop a layer out of a die that is full framed, it's kind of hard to get that out a little bit? So I've got a blending brush, and I had my Balmy Blue ink. I set it beside me on the what is that thing called? My embossing folder. I had set the embossing folder aside. I have it right here, so I'll show you guys. This is the Hive 3D folder. This is what I usually do when I get my folders, is I label them with the name, the price, and what catalog it's from. For my own purposes, this is helpful when I decide to sell things so that I know what the original price was, but it also helps to know if somebody asks where's that from, then I can also tell them. So I try to get that done. I don't always succeed at it, but it is what I try to do. And I just need to grab myself a scrap sheet. So I am going to, on this card, I did not do this step. I didn't blend any ink behind here, and I feel like it looks a little bit naked on that layer of white. So this time I'm going to just dab with a little bit of Balmy Blue ink. I should have my glossy matte or a glossy matte. I laminated a bunch of sheets, the grid sheets that fit the Stamparatus. And what I should do is keep one of those handy for when I'm using this mat here that is not glossy, so that I still have a glossy surface nearby. And I'm just tapping off on the first little bit every time so that I don't get a big blob in the middle of this behind my robots. I would be disappointed if I did that, though I do have an extra white layer here just in case. Okay, so that's probably enough blue. Just wanted to give it a little bit of something. And then I'm going to do my typical black spatter. So I actually need to keep that matte. And I want to just do a little bit here. I don't want a lot. And I'll try to keep it to the area behind the robots. There we go. So there is the Balmy Blue with a little bit of spatter there. Okay, so now I need to get these little guys ready. I'll just do a quick dry fit first so that everything is in place. And I staggered these guys just a little so that his arm there kind of fit within that one. And I need to make sure that his face will fit. Oh, I adjusted this here. There we go. So this is why I like to dry fit first. Just make sure that things line up where I want them to before I go ahead and stick one part down. Otherwise, you end up doing, like I have had to do sometimes, and pull layers apart and then have to put them back together. So now I can just pick up one piece at a time with my dimensional, or pick one piece up at a time and then attach it with dimensionals. So there we go. I will now attach them with dimensionals. And I just cut them in half. So I find if you guys have never done this before, I like to cut my dimensionals in half depending on what I'm using them for. So for these guys, I'll cut them in half. I find it's easier to cut them when it's still on the backing sheet. So I just take my snips and cut halfway up here. And then I have lots of them ready to go that are half sizes, but then I've still got some that are full size. So I'll just use some half sizes here. I could also use the mini ones, but I had these ones handy. So that was what I went with when I was making the sample. I think these little robots are so cute. go. Have any of you ever turned your stickers into cardstock by eliminating the adhesive? I find that the difference for me is rubbing it in afterwards. I didn't always used to do that, and then sometimes certain parts would still be sticky, but I find just rubbing it in with your finger really helps. Oops. How many of you will be here Thursday for the catalog walkthrough? I posted yesterday an update of times for things this week. So today the birthday promotion will end. If anyone is interested in that still, I'll show you guys at the end, but that'll carry on through today. And then tomorrow I will have a retirement party promotion. We get to see the list at 1 Mountain Time, I believe, which is 2 our time. And we actually were able to switch our appointments to morning appointments tomorrow. We had some health appointments, and I was thinking the list came out at midnight tonight, and it doesn't. It's tomorrow at 1. So I was able to switch them to morning, so I can go to those in the morning, and then once the list releases in the afternoon, then I will be home and can digest that list and be able to get information out to you guys. Hopefully, we have our fundraiser tomorrow as well, the Cards for Ukraine fundraiser in the evening, which is why I can't do the walkthrough tomorrow. It'll just be insane, especially for those people who are doing both. But I will come Thursday at 6 Central to do the walkthrough. I didn't want to do the daytime and miss those of you who have to work. So we'll do that Thursday at 6. And then Friday, Ethan turns 18. So I definitely cannot do a live in the evening that day. That would just be kind of not fair to him on his 18th birthday. We're going to go out for dinner. All right, so there we go. Now I've got all those layers on dimensionals. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like it with the little sponging or the blending with the little black spatter behind it as opposed to naked like this one? Let me know. I like this one, but depends on how simple you want it to go. Hi, Karine. How are you? And Darlene. So now that layer is ready. I do have a couple little stickers that I want to add, but first I will glue this one down to the Night of Navy layer. I'll just use my Tombow for that. This one is one that must be thicker. It is harder to get the glue out of that one, which is good in some ways because then it doesn't come out too quickly, and in other ways, like, you guys have got to wait and watch me work with it. How are you? Cute with the blending and spatter. I agree. Thanks, Ramona. Okay, so this layer is all together. Now I raised this one with dimensionals. So this one's going to get popped up. So for this part, I like to use full dimensionals. So I just do 1 in each corner. Have any of you guys thought about anything that you do not want to see retire? I'll show you those stitched rectangles. Oh, please, I just hope they don't go. So I'm using this first stripe as a guide as to where I want to place my left side of this rectangle. So I've got about 1/8 of an inch beyond it with the corner and about 1/8 of an inch beyond it with the corner. And then that helped me be able to line that up. So now you see here on the inside, you can see those dimensionals, and I don't know about you, but to me, that's just not okay. We need to hide that. So here is where I will come in with my other layer. I cut this the same size. I don't know that I told you guys that size, did I? It is 3 1/8 by 4 1/2. So now this one here, I will just tape. So it's not on dimensionals because it's on the inside of the card. I didn't want to add a lot of bulk in the middle. So the purpose of this is to hide those dimensionals there, and then we don't have to see them. I usually try to do things strategically so that I can hide as much of that kind of thing as possible, and then just to give you guys tips for assembly so that the work is made easier for you guys if you case. And then I'll just take this side and line it up through the window sheet to this edge here of the navy. And hopefully I can keep my head out of your guys' view. There we go. So now that is hidden, and it also gives extra stability to this window sheet layer. I use the Stampin' Up! Window sheets because they are nice and sturdy. Sometimes when I'm doing shaker boxes or shaker cards, I don't, but if anyone's looking for the number on those, it is 142314, and you get, I think, two 12 by 12 window sheets, and they come with some tissue in there just to protect them so that they don't scratch each other in the packaging. All right, now that is lined on the inside, and then I'll take this envelope liner and glue that down to the inside there. I should have maybe not put the crease in the envelope, but that's okay. And this one I'll just glue down. It doesn't need tape. Okay, so that's good for the inside. And then I need this cute little robot. I'll do the same one. I liked the pop of that pumpkin pie on the Night of Navy patterned envelope liner. So I'll do the same thing here, but I am going to take, I don't know what this is there, cute little accent. I'm going to just take one off of the first sheet though, rather than trying to take one off this fresh sheet. Okay, I need to switch this to that side so I can use it as my guide to line that up. So I'll go about this high. I can see that's about right there. Just center that. And then I can put his feet right above that. And then the head right on there. So that's super easy to do the inside. That cute little robot. I think he's adorable. What do you guys think of the robots? Do any of you have anyone in your life that robots would be cute for? And if not robots, you can always take this layout and switch it out for something else, maybe flowers or whatever else. I think it would even look cute with the rainbows, but there's lots of different uses that you could use this style of card for. Now I was just thinking, you could also probably turn this layer into a gift card pocket. I need to adjust that one, but I won't do that just right now. But if you put like a little ledge there, not a ledge, but another piece of DSP there, and just taped it along the three sides, you could make that a gift card pocket on the inside. I think that would be really cute. Or a little money pocket. Maybe Ethan's gonna end up getting a robot card for his birthday. We'll see. And then I've got these little gears that I'll add on here as well. So I'll try to pick the same colors. I'll have to go into the next sheet because there is only one orange, it looks like, on this sheet. I can still get the Granny Apple Green and the Bermuda, but I'll have to take an orange one off the other sheet. And then if you liked the layout, you could always switch it out from the gears to stars after that. But just to keep things the same, I will pop that up there. These ones are just getting stuck down. I did not bother with the padding it with the embossing buddy. I just went straight on for these ones, and then just kind of did my triangular pattern of odd numbers. And I did not use the cute little googly eyes. I just left them. I kind of liked his wacky eyes the way they were. So I just went ahead with that. and left the googly eyes alone, but there's a ton of googly eyes there in all those bright fun colors that you could use for when you stamp the robots that come in the stamp set. But there we go. I definitely prefer the little bit of blending behind there. I'm gonna have to convince myself not to lift those guys off and redo that one. So there is my Robot Buddies window sheet card. So there we go. I got that there. All right, so I will just grab my flyers just for a quick recap to fill you guys in or remind you of what is what for the birthday celebration, which will be ending. Oh, and we are about to post a sneak peek of our Waves projects. So if you watch my page in the next little bit, I have my team meeting in 20 minutes. Or no, not 20 minutes, sorry, in 50 minutes. It's at 7, not at 6:30. Class tomorrow is at 6:30. So at 7 is my team meeting. So between now and then, I will just be chatting with Laura really quick to make sure that our sneak peek of the Waves of the Ocean is good to go. And then you guys can get a little bit of a snippet of the projects there. The all access pass. So if you're interested in the tutorials so that you can prep your kits and join us for the event, those are still available. So you can get in on that and just watch for that. Now for the birthday celebration, just a reminder, there's no pressure for this, but if you guys would like to, you can still participate in the mystery card challenge. I will do the draw for that and announce the winner of that on Thursday when I do the catalog walkthrough. So if you want to go back to last week's mystery challenge, just make sure that you go back, make your project and post it on the post that has this image on it. So not on the actual video, but on the post on the wall that has this photo. Then you can post your mystery challenge. If you post it, you'll get an entry for every project that you enter or that you post a photo of as well. The prize will be the brushed brass butterflies. And there is a new mystery challenge that I posted the supplies for that we will do Saturday. So it's not that one, it's the one from last week that you want to get submitted before Thursday so that I can include you in the draw if you have created a project or more. The ordering challenge or the ordering bonus for my birthday celebration is that with a $50 purchase, you will get entered to win a Spring is in Bloom bundle of your choice, supplies permitting. Because the retiring list posts tomorrow, we have no idea whether or not those things will be on it or whether they will sell out quickly. So we just have to keep that in mind. And with a $75 purchase, you will get 14% of your order in free product. So above and beyond the $75. And then with a $100 purchase, you will get an invite to my exclusive birthday class. So that's going to end tonight. And then tomorrow there will be I will release another special that will be for our retirement party. It will be maybe similar. For sure, I typically offer the free exclusive class with the $100 purchase. So that will be in existence for tomorrow, and it will be a separate class for the retirement party. So that will be coming. I will try to get the list posted as quickly as possible for you guys so that you can still at least see it. The quickest way once the retiring list posts is if you go to my website and you take a look on there. I will release a host code between now and tomorrow morning in case you decide you want to use the host code that is for the retirement party, so that if you are ready to go online, see what's there, and you don't want to miss out, you can use that host code and get an order in as soon as possible. Again, no pressure on that, but just for the people who want to be able to do that as soon as possible and not have to wait until Thursday for a catalog walkthrough or to get any further information from me on specials, you can just watch for that host code and then be ready with it when the retiring list goes live. Because there's always a little bit of lag time between when we see the list, when we can process the information and then get it out to you guys. So stay tuned for that. I don't think I missed any questions. If you have any, message me and I will do my best to help you guys. I do have my team meeting tonight at 7, so I'll be occupied for a little bit then and have some other work to do as well, but I'll be watching just in case there is anything. And I will be excitedly watching for that new catalog PDF tomorrow and the retiring list. It is going to be a very crazy day. All right, well, thank you guys, everybody, for joining in. And I will post tomorrow, and I will be live with you Thursday. All right, good night, everyone.